Well, hello there. Christopher Scott here. I'm coming to you today with another brief devotion from the book of Romans. If you're just joining me, these are a series of videos I've been doing. You can find a link down there in the description to the playlist of all the videos I've been doing about the book of Romans in these devotions. Today's devotion is titled God's Help. God's Help, and it's based on Romans chapter 8, verses 26 and 27. So I'd like to share this devotion with you now. God's help. Any parent, babysitter, or daycare worker has seen a 2-year-old temper tantrum. It's not a pretty sight. When my 2-year-old son has one of those famous 2-year-old temper tantrums, it's not because he's mad that I've taken away his toy. It's not because he's not getting his way. It's because something is wrong and he doesn't know how to tell me what is wrong. For me, I've learned that he's either hungry, thirsty, or tired. One of those three things. He's hungry, thirsty, or tired. He knows something is not right, but he doesn't know how to tell me what is wrong. Maybe he doesn't even know what is wrong. He's only 2, right? He just knows that he's unhappy. So I give him one of those 3 things until he settles down. As Christians, there are times in our lives when we know things aren't the way that they should be. We know that we should pray, but we're not sure what to pray for, and we're not sure how to pray for it. Thankfully, God helps us in this area. Paul told the believers in Rome, he said this, quote, "And the Holy Spirit helps us in our weaknesses. For example, we don't know what to pray for, but the Holy Spirit prays for us with groanings that cannot be expressed in words. And the Father who knows all hearts knows what the Spirit is saying. For the Spirit pleads for us believers in harmony with God's own will." That's Romans chapter 8, verses 26 and 27 in the New Living Translation. What's even more important to note is that the Holy Spirit helps us with more than just prayer. If we read these 2 verses carefully, we see that Paul says these 2 words, for example. It says the Holy Spirit helps us in our weaknesses, for example, in verse 26. And this is an explanatory phrase, meaning the Holy Spirit helps us in our weaknesses, and one of the ways, for example, one of the ways that he helps us is through prayer. That's just one example of many different ways the Holy Spirit can help us. The help the Holy Spirit gives us isn't a casual help. The text says that he, quote, pleads, unquote, for us. He pleads for us, believers. The dictionary defines pleads as a request from someone on behalf of someone else to argue a case or to argue a cause, or to make an emotional appeal. That's what it means to plead. In other words, this isn't just a casual thing the Holy Spirit does. He doesn't help us when he has free time, when he's in a good mood, or thinks that we deserve it. It's something he actively does on our behalf. It's part of who he is as a person. My job as a loving parent is to give my son what he needs, even when he doesn't know what he needs. And our loving God, who also is our spiritual parent, helps us when we don't know what to pray for or how to pray. Thanks again for joining me for this brief devotional in the book of Romans. Hope you can subscribe. I got some videos that'll come up here in a second, and hope to catch you in another video. Thanks again for watching.